Hi everyone, how are you doing? I hope you had a very nice Easter. Okay, so are you ready for some science? Let's see. First question. Wait a minute. So, can you recognize this symbol? So we have three arrows, three green arrows, creating like a triangle, and they are pointing one to each other. So, can you recognize it? Can you tell me what's the meaning? Let's see, and what about if I show you these three earths around them? So one earth for each arrow. So this symbol with three earths. Do you know the meaning of each one of these three earths? A clue. Each one is a different word. I mean, there are three words starting with air, but they are different. They mean different things. Similar but different. Let's see. So one R, the one on the top, means reduce. Then we have the second R, that means reuse. Can you see it's different? Reduce and reuse. And then we have the third R, that means recycle. So I'm sure that the word that is more familiar for you is the third one, the recycle. Yeah, but actually it's not an order. It doesn't mean that one thing goes first and then second and the third. It's like a circle, okay, like a cycle. So everything goes together, one thing after the other one. So for that reason, this triangle is created with these three arrows. So let me show you an example to understand the meaning of these three words. So first word we have look at reduce. So reduce means, for example, imagine I'm really wishing to do a drawing. Okay, I think that you all love to make a drawing. So reduce. To make one drawing, do I need 5 papers? Do I need 10 papers? No, if I just want to make one drawing, I just need one paper. So I have one paper here. Okay, so I'm about to make my drawing. But wait, let's jump to the second word, reuse. So here I have two options. I have the option to use one brand and nice white paper with anything on it for the moment. And then I have another option, the option to use a paper that has been used before. Can we see some text here that someone has printed on it? And then we have one white sign. Can we use that for our drawing? Yes, I'm sure we can use it. Yes. And one more thing, and that's related with reduce a little bit. If I want to make just a little flower, imagine I'm using the used paper, so I'm reusing the paper. And imagine I just want to make one little flower. Can I make it here? Sorry, can I make it here on the middle? Yes, of course, I can make it here. But I don't want to do anything more than one little flower. So can I use just this corner? Yes, of course. So if I just use this corner, I'm drawing a little flower. If I use this little corner, can you see my flower? Yes. So I have all the rest of the paper for me to reuse it and to draw anything else I want today or next day. Yes, so I have all this space to use. So I'm reusing the paper twice. I'm using a paper that has been used before, and I'm just taking advantage, taking all the space I have for the drawing. So today I've made flower, maybe tomorrow I want to make, I don't know, a star. So I have all this space. So I don't need one white paper with anything on it to make a little flower on the middle, and that's all, because that's not reducing and that's not reusing. Okay, then what happens with the third? Wait a minute, that was so reducing one paper, reusing one paper that has been used before. It's a very nice option to choose. And then recycling. That means the third R means that once I have used all the paper, if I don't want to keep the drawing anymore, am I going to throw it on the normal bin? I can do that, but it will be much more better to throw it on the paper bin. Yes? And what's that bin? I'm sure you have seen it. That bin is the one that is gray on the bottom. So all the bins are gray, but then has the top of it, it's blue. So this is the bin, or the maybe more than the bin, it's a container because it's bigger than the bin. So I will throw it here. So that paper, it's recycled in a factory with some special machines, and it's used to do a new paper. So instead of throw it to the normal bin with any other things, I throw it on the paper bin if I don't want to keep it. Okay, so that's the meaning of all these three R's with example of the paper. Okay, so let's see. My question for you, and now it's time to think a little bit, is what can we do at home to, these days that we are staying home, what can we do to reduce, reuse, and recycle? Do you have any ideas? Maybe you actually do that at home with your families, and that's a very nice thing to do. But what can you do? Something more or something better? Something you think you have to improve relates to reduce, reuse, and recycle things? So here I have another idea, and that's not with paper, that's with plastics. So I'm sorry that my screen, my little picture is covering some sentence, some part of the sentence, but I will read it for you. So one more idea, do not use so much things made with plastic. For example, plastic bottles or plastic bags. Yes, so for example, if you go to a supermarket, go with a cloth bag, okay, and or with a trolley, and then use it to put there the things you have bought. Or for example, I have here my plastic bottle. I have finished the water, so try to not buy more plastic bottles. Okay, but what happens if I need the plastic bottles or I don't have more options? So I can reuse it. That means refill it with more water and use it for me to take it to my table or to have lunch or to have dinner. So reuse it, refill it with water, or this very nice idea that is make some craft with it. And I'm sure that it's going to be a good idea for you. So if you have any plastic bottles at home, you can use some material you have at home and make this super nice rocket. And that's just an idea. If you have any other ideas that are not rockets, that's also a very nice. I'm sure that it will be super nice craft you can do. And then again, like the paper, imagine I have bought this plastic bottle, I have refilled it, I have reused it, I have made a rocket or any other craft, and then I don't want it anymore. So throw the plastic things, in that case the plastic bottle, to the correct container, and that container is the one that is yellow. Okay, so we had the blue container for the paper, and the yellow container is for the plastic. Okay, so for the moment we have the paper container, the one that is blue, and the plastic container, the one that is yellow. But what other containers do we have? So we have other containers of other colors that I'm sure you have seen on the street, and other ones you can see now on the screen. So we have forget about the gray now. Look at the second one, that's food rests. So that means an apple that you eat, some bread that you don't want to eat anymore, any food that it's not good to eat at that moment, so you can throw it on the brown one. So then we have the green one, that's for the glass. So anything that a glass bottle, some glass to drink that you have broken, so that goes on the green. The plastic, so the yellow one, this goes on the yellow one. And the paper, this goes on the blue one. You already know that. So for the next days, that's voluntary, totally voluntary, you can send me two things, a list of things you can do at home to reduce, reuse, and recycle. Okay, for example, like me, that I have explained you the paper idea or the plastic idea. So a list of things. Reduce, I can do that, 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 that. Reuse, I can do that, 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 that. And recycle, I can do that, that. Of course, you can ask help to your family members. Okay, you can do it together, and you can even use it to put it in practice during these days at home. Okay, and then don't change it again. Just establish these rules, and that will be super, super nice. And then the second thing you can do it with added to the first thing, or just apart if you prefer just one thing. Send me a picture of you reducing, reusing, and or recycling. So imagine that you loved my idea of the plastic bottle. So if you take that idea to make a rocket or to make some craft with recycling material, you are reusing the material to make some craft, you can send me a picture of you making it or a picture of your results. Yes, your craft. So these are the two things you can send me, both of them or just one, you decide, and let me know what have you been done these days at home to reduce, reuse, and recycle. And why is so important? Last question, and that's the end of the lesson. Why is so important to reduce, reuse, and recycle? So the answer is quite simple. It's very important to reduce, reuse, and recycle to take care of the thing that I have just behind me, and that's the Earth, our world, our planet, and our home. Yeah. So I hope you really like this science lesson, and I'm looking forward to see your pictures or your list. Bye bye, kisses.